So I was sitting here this morning and I was having my quiet time, and I just felt really inspired to make my second video for anxiety. You okay, Sadie? I started writing a bunch of stuff down because I knew I wouldn't remember all of it. So I have this for reference here because I want to make sure that I say everything that I feel like needs to be said. So my first video, I talked a lot about what the answer was. I didn't talk about the steps to get there. I didn't talk about really what you needed to do to get to that place of freedom. So I want this video to really be more of just something to really help you and something for you to grasp and be like, okay, this is what I need to do. Because I felt like I didn't really tell you what to do. I just said what the answer was. And most people, if you're a Christian, know that Jesus is the answer always. So I hope this video helps you. A lot of times, and I know this because this is how I felt, a lot of times I feel like I'm like, God, why are you not just helping me? Like, why are you not just making me peaceful? Like, you are peace. Why can't I just be peaceful? Why can't I just get my heart to stop beating so fast? Why can't I just stop worrying about everything? And I was thinking about that because us as Christians, we have a responsibility for our own spirituality. So we have people praying for us. People are always saying, oh, I'll pray for you. But you are the only one who really knows you. So people can pray for you, but you also need to pray for yourself. Like, how foolish of us to just not read our Bible for a week. Do you know what I mean? Because it's our manual. Like, he literally gives us the test of life. Not that life is a test, but it just makes me think, like, our life is a test. All of the answers are in this manual. It's like an open book test. Do you know? Like, we have the answers to everything, and sometimes we just choose not to read it because maybe we think that we're smarter than God, or that we know better, or we feel different things. No, God made you. God made me. He knows everything about me. He knows so much more than me, and how silly of me to think that I know better. Oh, I don't need to read the Bible. That is the stupidest thing. When I was really deep in anxiety, my main thing that I would think is, what if this? And it's so silly for me to think of it now, because I remember when I was dating my husband before we got married, obviously, I would, if ever I was gonna meet like his friends or his family, it wouldn't be like me just being nervous. It would be like me having a panic attack. There would be times where I'd be nervous to go to work, and I would be so sick to my stomach, and I would just think of, what if this happened? What if this happened? What if this happened? Literally drive myself crazy. And then when it came time to do that thing, whatever I was supposed to do, it was totally fine. Like, nothing that I thought about happened. I just worked myself up for no reason. So a lot of the things that we think almost never happen. You know? It's like we worry ourselves for no reason. And my mom is always telling me, she's like, you're gonna find out that everything's gonna be okay. And she was right. Anxiety is a spirit of fear, and it is one of the most popular things that the enemy will use against us. My dogs are making noise. But it's the number one thing I feel like he uses in this generation, is making people fearful. So when your anxiety gets to the point where it's controlling you and you make decisions that you wouldn't normally make, that's when it becomes dangerous. The devil should never have any type of influence to change your decisions. The whole situation with taking medicine for anxiety, I can't accept that as a solution. Especially as a Christian, we know that fear is a spirit. But eventually, that will just not be enough, because you are medicating the symptoms of something that is very deep that only God can fix. The solution is to fight for freedom. We are in a constant battle with our mind and with our emotions. The way to win the battle is to use your sword. Knowing the Bible is so important. When you start to feel anxious and overwhelmed, the best thing to do is to pray the Bible. I learned how to do this because when my husband and I were engaged, I think I started to tell him more about my anxiety and how bad it was. And he asked me if I prayed the Bible, and I'm like, no, I don't really know how to do that. So he taught me, and I feel like this is the best way to pray and also just read the Bible at the same time. Because sometimes if you're overwhelmed and you're kind of in panic mode, there's been times where I didn't even know what to pray. Sometimes I would just pray, God help me, over and over. I'd be like, God help me, God help me. But when you pray the Bible, you're praying, but you're fighting. I would like to give you an example of how to do that, because I know that kind of sounds confusing. So Isaiah 41:10 says, "Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." So how I would pray this, I would say, God, I'm not going to fear. I know that you're with me. I will not be dismayed because you're my God. God, I thank you that you strengthen and you help me. God, I thank you that you uphold me with your right hand, with your righteous right hand. So that's how I would pray that one. I'm also going to give maybe 10 other verses in the description box that if you're looking just for some scripture to memorize, I think these would be amazing. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you know someone that needs this video, just share it, just send it to them. I would really appreciate that. Love you guys. Bye.